everybody. We'll just wait till the little people gets in here. I have been working. That's the reason I was a little bit late than what I said I was going to be on. Let's see here. There we go. All right, y'all. So I've just been working on the computer, trying to get some stuff done for the group and things like that. Looking up some places here close by that where I can start working on and talking to the people about. See if I can't get into them. I will put the link in the chat up here. Just let me find where it goes to. Copy the link. Paste it. There we go. As soon as we get a few people in here, I will drop the link and I can try to get somebody up on the panel. That will be cool for a little bit. And I posted. Okay, there we go. If y'all ever see me looking off, I'm just looking at my phone right here. It helps me out when I can't see it in here. So, hey, Skinner, hello, how you? I'm just a little bit late. I said I was going to start at 6, but it's a little bit like 13 after 6 when I got started. I was working on some stuff for the group. I've been working on some name badges for our team, just in case when we start doing our big events and stuff like that. I will. Everybody will at least have their names and stuff like that. I've been working over on some handbooks and stuff, and what else have I been doing? Trying to do some planning of locations. I just got a bunch written down now. I got to do all the calling and contact work and see if it's yes, we can investigate them, and yet no, if we can't. Trying to set up some business meetings with everybody. So I've actually got the link pinned till we get several people in here, and that whoever wants to come up, I will make sure I'll check them out before they will come in to the stream. And we'll sit and talk and chill out for a few minutes. Just have fun, pretty much. Just have a little fun time tonight. Make up from Sunday night. And I can ask questions about our group and stuff like that, whatever. But I did talk to my cousin a while ago. Me and Shasta, we talked a little bit about several places, and hopefully that we can get into the one historical sited place down here that's close to me. Try to get into that place. Hey, Jared, how you doing, buddy? Appreciate you coming in. Thank you so much. And also you too, Skinner. Appreciate you coming in too. I posted a link in the chat right there if anybody wants to pop in and hang out for a minute. If you don't want to, that's fine. Just um, I'm trying to get us look professional, looking like slowly but surely. Because after next year, after we come back from the UK, we're gonna start hitting places hard. We're actually gonna start traveling some. Hopefully, we get to West Virginia and Tennessee for Brushy Mountain, and hopefully, we can make our way down to Myers, down to Stephen and Autumn's, and investigate with them one time. So hopefully, we can do that. That's my plan. And I also want to get up to Missouri so I can investigate with Vicky and her group and things like that. So that's the biggest thing on my list right now. I've got a little small list, but it will it'll eventually get full here in the next couple of weeks or so. But then again, we just have to talk and see how many people in the group that wants to go to these places, and if they can get time off work and all this stuff. That's our problem. We work and it's hard to get going like that. But let's see here. Hmm. Here's my email if anybody wants to. Well, I just got done talking about you, Myers. Just got done talking about you, buddy. Good to see you too, bud. I appreciate you coming in, hanging out with us. I just got done saying the places I wanted to go because after not this year, I mean next year, but 2027, we're gonna start trying to venture out and go to these places, Tennessee, Brushy Mountain, and uh, try to make our way down to y'all so we can investigate with y'all. That's my goal. That's my goal. Yeah, I sure do miss you coming in too, hanging out with me. I did put a link in the chat if you can hang out for a minute. Uh, if you want to, you can. You don't have to if you don't want to. It's fine. Uh, Also, that being said, we've got uh, excuse me, a few other things up our sleeves here. So cool place in the world, ain't that? Yeah, they are. I've got a list. I've got a big list. The old county courthouse that was here before the Civil War and during the Civil War when my county and the next county over split. And so the old courthouse is still down in Rockford, North Carolina. So that we're going to try to get into that place. Uh, that's going to be a trip. It's going to be a trip there. It ain't about 15 minutes away, 20 minutes at the most. But there's some crazy looking stuff is going on down there. They're trying to uh, restore it, and so that's going to stir up a little stink down there when they do that. Let's see, where else did I say was going? Oh, I did write down the First Davie County Jail. That's just right across the river from us. So I'm gonna try to work in getting in that place. Um, Where's that other place at? Oh, place down here down at the river that used to be in like an old schoolhouse. Used to be a residential house. A man built it to live in. I think when he died, it came the same several little odd things, over the years. And I'm gonna try to get into that. The historical society has got that, so I don't know. They might say yes or might not. I don't know. I guess it's worth a shot to see. Let's see where else. Oh, we also talk about West Virginia. We want to try to go to Trans Allegheny and what's that? The theme park up there and the lunatic asylum. We're trying to get into them places too. Me and my cousin just talked about it a while ago. It's here, never been there, even though I live within an hour from it. Oh, really? Yeah, that'd be pretty cool to check out. Be pretty cool. But yeah, we're gonna try to make our way down that way one of these days to get up with y'all and investigate with you. Let's see what else. That's all I got on top of my list right now. There's still several other places I'll be writing down throughout between now and the end of the year. I'm afraid that's all they think. I'm patient. I'll tell you that one we went to in Radford, Virginia now is a little sketchy. That's a little wild. But I like the sane asylums and the sanatoriums and the lunatic places, whatever you want to call them. They really is a good locations to investigate, especially like training a new investigator or something other, to see how they react. That's a place to take them because everything happens then. That's the reason why we like the clinic because when we get a new investigator, the clinic is like a good training location, to put people in. Let's see here. I don't want to join. How do you pin? There we go. There's the link up the top of the chat. I pinned it. And that way, if anybody wants to come on, they can go right at the top there and do that. We do cemeteries so much because they don't cost money. That's right. Cemeteries are really good though. I mean, I like doing cemeteries. Plus, like I said, you got the history there with it and everything like that. So and plus you can learn a lot from a cemetery more too than you can anything else. Because you got the date and the birth and the man's full name that you can look up to find more history about. That's the cool thing. Yep, I got it. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. Let's see here. I've been doing so much stuff in here. Everything's in a mess. I ain't got everything's out of shape in here. I got stuff laying everywhere trying to figure out where I need to put it and do all that stuff at. I was looking for y'all, Myers, Monday night, looking for y'all to live, but I didn't get to see you on there nowhere. 3 year, our 3 year love stream in that cemetery was a crazy one. We got sounds, knock lights, all sorts. Oh, cool. That's awesome. That is so cool. We finally going to go back to our family cemetery probably Friday, sometime during the day, and do it live. And I've got that box from the library. Now I have Wi-Fi signal in places that I don't have signal. So now we can actually do a uh, proper live now. Got in the way. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was looking for you. I thought, man, my day off, and I was trying to look for you. Didn't get to see you. I was going to join in and be the first one there. Me. I'm about ready for bed, to be honest with you. We also want to go back to the bridge. Maybe when it gets a little bit more colder, we'll go to the bridge, me and my dad. I think we have a whole lot better luck when it's really cold at the bridge because they're expecting us not to stay there too long. And then that's when they start doing stuff. I think the mist, the fog, will hang down more in the cold weather than it does in the summertime when it's hot and warm. Uh, and I think that will hold the spirits down, and they'll come out a little bit more, be more talkative then than I would know. Hey, Auntie Mama, how you doing? Appreciate you coming in. Thank you so much. She's saying hello to everyone in the chat. Then let's see what else. Uh, let's see. We'll try to do the bridge on a full moon, cold night, and if it was like being warm that day and something and it'll get real foggy, I think it will work out really good. I believe it'll work out pretty awesome. Me and my dad, we actually went around and found a couple locations the other day that we're going to try to ask to see if we can't do something at. I still yet gotta go down there on that road my father-in-law now lives on and check that bank out there on the side of the road. I think there's a cemetery there, like a couple gravestones up next to the road. Uh, it seemed like there's one there because I've seen it on online when I looked it up and looked like there's a field and there's a power pole there or a tree or something other. and there's like a couple stones sticking up. I don't know if it's actually a yard or what. So I will see about that. Oh, we got somebody in the house here. Cool. Hey, bud.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah,
Oops, sorry, I'm trying to adjust the camera.
yeah,
I'm gonna do this different what I usually do.
yeah. So let's see. I'm still getting used to this stream restream. It's still they changed it on me.
Yeah, I've never used it before, so I don't know nothing about it.
It's to me, it's actually better to than StreamYard, but I still gotta get used to
Oh, okay. Yeah.
it.
Now then,
So how you been, bud?
doing all right, I reckon. Just getting ready for the holidays and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I gotta work Thursday, so this is my second year I worked on Thanksgiving. I worked last year, and I was coming home. That's when I hit that deer in my truck.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that. Yeah.
So I hope and pray this year we don't happen that way.
Right. That's what I'm talking about. At least get to eat the deer anyway.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, so what have y'all been into? I've been looking for you Monday, and I thought I'm gonna be the
Well,
first one in, and I ain't got to see him yet.
we were going to, but Autumn just she hadn't slept and wasn't feeling good, and we needed to go to the store and get stuff for Thanksgiving. So she
Yeah,
just like, I think we're just gonna take the week off on both channels. Just
yeah,
you know, get the holidays over with, deal with that chaos, and then we'll be back to it.
yeah, yeah. Uh, I hadn't got to check your latest one out that you done yet, so I will be checking it out. The paranormal one and the story you dropped on your channel.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
I
I
don't
will.
even know what video she dropped. I just go filming and
Yeah, I gotta get back over there and check them all out. I think I'm missing three or four, I believe. The last ones y'all did.
it's all right. Don't matter to me.
Mhm. It's been busy, man. It's been busy.
I know it. I know it. Definitely. But I have so many bucket list places I'd like to go. Like I couldn't name them all.
Yeah,
I mean, Gettysburg is probably number one, and Salem,
yeah,
and I mean Fort Morgan to me was one of my like ones that I've never really thought of going to, but when I went, man, it was so awesome.
yeah,
They gave us permission to film, and we were investigating while we were filming. It was awesome.
yeah,
I enjoyed that. And then they were working on it at the same time we were there, so it stirred stuff up. So
yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
that's the reason I want to get into this courthouse because they are remodeling it like it was back in the early 1800s, and they're going to stir up some kind of stink.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. When you
They
change
always,
things, they don't like it. And good to see you, Auntie Mama. Hopefully you're doing good.
you do. Right here is one of the houses that we're looking at. I don't know if you can see it that good.
Oh, that's nice. It looks familiar. What is that?
It is a residential back in the early 1800s.
It looks like something I've written a story about. And of course, I've written stories on thousands of places, but
I will send you the name of it. You can look it up because it's just right down the road from me,
oh, okay. Oh, okay.
and
Okay.
I can tell you a little bit of history about it, but
I
I don't
understand.
know. I don't know if it's really the truth part of the history.
Yeah, there's a lot of places that we find,
Yeah,
that the history, you just I always say at the end of videos that I do, you take, you make up your mind on it, whether it's true or not.
yeah. It
So
just one thing about they said it used to be a brothel, but I don't know. It's just
you never know.
you can't never tell. They don't put some of that stuff in the history books.
And my thing about investigating places like that, you'll find out real quick.
Oh
You'll
yeah,
get the answer. And that's what I like going in, not knowing much about it.
yeah,
You get answers to questions, and
yeah.
they can't argue with that. So
Yeah, it's been sitting there for a long, long, long time, and they put it on the historical site registered in 83,
oh wow.
1983. So it's been look like it's been run down. 'Cause they ain't took care of it or nothing like that. It's kind of falling in and stuff.
I tell you I think one of the most we all have that one place that's like you feel like it's life changing when you do an investigation.
Yeah.
And nothing that I've ever done's ever touched Octagon Hall. Man, that place is, I don't know.
Yeah.
And you get like when you're walking through, you can just get flashes of, down in that basement where the Civil War soldiers were having limbs removed. You can feel it, like the emotion and the pain and the suffering. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That place right there is different than anything I've ever done, and we want to go back so bad, but it's so far from here. It's like 8 hours from here for us to go,
Good Lord.
but it's worth it. Oh, it was worth it.
Yeah.
That trip, I've never had anything happen like that trip. The whole trip, the day before we got to investigate there, you know, people say that there's no such thing as coincidence. Well, I believe that. Uh, we put in the GPS that we want to go to this place called the Old Stone Jail. It's supposed to be there in Franklin near Octagon Hall. It took us to Bowling Green,
Yeah.
but when we went to Bowling Green, we found this massive old cemetery, and it's amazing. There was thousands of peoples buried there. It was people from the Civil War all the way up.
Yeah.
And I parked the car and we started investigating. And I just told, Autumn, I said, man, there's something about this. We're supposed to be here. But we couldn't figure it out. We had no idea what it meant. We didn't know nothing about the place. Well, we went into the investigation, and the curator of the Octagon Hall, I asked him, I said, does this cemetery have any significance? And he said, does it ever? He said, right next to where you parked, he said, did you see the name? And I forget the name now. And I was like, well, yeah. And he said, he built this place.
Yeah.
So it took us to the grave of the person who built and owned the place. Like
Yeah.
how crazy is that?
That's pretty wild.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
And I just things like that happened the whole trip, and it was all to do with the Octagon Hall. So,
I remember one story y'all said y'all had something out on the front porch. Y'all heard somebody holler or something, say something.
um, yes, it was mimicking. Uh, the way it worked is the place is divided. It's a first, second floor in the basement,
Yeah.
and then they had the barn. And everywhere, everybody that does investigation, you set up your base camp, like where everybody's got their equipment. And
Yeah.
during rest time, you go there. Well, that happened to be the first floor. So when we were investigating, it was the basement, the second floor, and the out in the barn.
Yeah.
Well, somewhere in the middle there, they took like an hour break. We had pizza and food, just fellowship. And part of us were in the parlor, and part of the people were out on the porch. Well, one of the people that were setting up, the whole event came in and was like, did you call me? We all heard you call my name. And we're like, no, nobody called you. And they're like, well, it was her voice. So they had mimicking from that hallway. It's crazy. And something else I always bring up, when you're doing an investigation, don't look at your footage till you get home,
Yeah.
because if there's something caught and they don't want you to keep it, you'll lose it.
Oh yeah.
And we took a photo out in the yard around the barn, and we caught a photograph of a skinwalker, plain as day.
Yeah.
We get home, we come back, the photo's gone. Plain as day gone. You talking about being mad? Like, it was plain as day what it was. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
So
That's the
just
same way.
wait till you get home.
That's the same way up here at my family cemetery. We was doing a live. That's before I started doing on YouTube. I was on Facebook live. We went through live the whole pretty much everything. Nothing go wrong. So it kept cutting out on me like 2 or 3 times. But when I got home and checked everything out, I didn't have nothing. It wasn't
Oh,
even nothing. So I done a 2.5 hour live for nothing.
wow.
It took everything off that card. I mean everything.
Yeah, I can imagine how that made you so mad. I'm sure.
Hey,
But
but we stayed up there for about 2.5 hours, and I even had a guest with me that night. And it just, I don't know, it took everything off that card.
that's crazy. And good to see you, baby girl vibes. Hopefully you're doing good. Uh, our 3 years, like literally your birthday, October 28th. Uh, man, that place took us just by complete surprise. Um, I had found it on map years ago, Google Maps. I found this location, and we drove past it, and we're just like, man, we can't go to this place because there's like it's part of if you know what Vulcan is, they're like a earth place where you can get rocks and all that stuff. And it was part of their land, so we're like, man, we can't go on that. And then I finally just decided, I'm gonna go on there anyway. And I go up there, and it's actually adjacent to their property, so it's not even there. So we're like, man, this is gonna be awesome. And we did a daytime walk through an investigation, but we stayed, 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, that live stream, we did an hour and a half at night, and it sounded like somebody walked up to a tree and smacked it with a baseball bat. And you talk about out of nowhere and make somebody scared, man. It's like a whap. And we looked, there was nobody around.
Yeah.
And you could hear what sounded like people running, through the woods. There was nothing, no deer, no nothing. You could see plainly.
Oh,
So, and then I think we even had Gizmo go off that night too.
that-
So,
that's cool.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's one thing that I'm glad that you did,
Well,
Gizmo. Man, I love Gizmo. We've had him go off 2 or 3 times without a camera on,
yeah.
and that annoyed me. That annoyed me so bad.
Yeah, it does. It sure does. But when it goes off though, it's a funny feeling, don't it?
Yeah, and I
Especially
don't
when you
know.
least
I
you
don't
expect.
know how your REM pod works, but our REM pod we got, it's supposed to have that antenna on it,
Yeah.
and you tell people to walk up and touch the antenna, right?
Hmm.
Well, ours broke off, so there is no antenna.
Yeah.
So to walk up and make this device go off, you have to physically grab it.
Yeah.
we've had it go off a couple of times, and that right there, I'm just like, how is it doing this? So
Yeah,
great.
that's pretty wild. You didn't get to come in that when we did that woods. This not this time, but the last time before this time. Uh, if Vicky was here, she can tell you about it. Man, we had some crazy stuff happening there, and then something there just died down, and I thought Vicky and them kept saying they seen somebody in the back walking and stuff in the background, and I said, "Is this a native spirit that wants to communicate with us? Can come on up." No more than I got that out of my mouth, man. They would sound like a coyote standing right beside of me, started hollering.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's crazy. That's
and I
crazy.
shined my flashlight around beside of me. There wasn't nothing there. I was like, man, that was crazy.
That was definitely a native spirit.
Yeah, and I told my dad, I said, "Well, we're gonna stay here for a little bit because I asked to come." And all of a sudden, within a little bit there, my daggone light went out on my tripod. So we was out there in pitch dark, couldn't see
Oh
nothing.
wow.
And I had my little flashlight with me, and I was shining it around while I finished up the live. I was standing there getting all my stuff up, gizmo and the cat toys and all that, put it back in my bag. I got up there back to the tripod, and that sound went off again, the coyote sound again. And I ain't seen my dad move that fast and God knows how long. I mean, he was trotting through them woods. He was knocking trees down left and right, going out there like a daggone bulldozer.
And I bet it scared you about like that time you was in the purple cemetery in the mausoleum and he come around and you seen
Oh,
him.
I'm gonna tell you what, that night he scared the ever living daylights out of me. I
Mm.
I think that scared me more than that sound over at the bridge at night.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I'll tell you something kind of neat. I don't know. I know it wasn't last year. It's either 2 years ago or 3 years ago. We did our. We always go live on our anniversary, doing an investigation. Our channel anniversary, and we did it at an old abandoned 1800s town cemetery. Uh, During the live stream, you could hear something run. Like it sounded like it was heavy too. It sounded like it was running through the trees. And recently, I discovered a story that dates back to 1877 of right there in that area was a beast of some sort, a white cryptid that was chased down that road and it jumped into the river and swam across the river.
Oh snap!
That makes you wonder now, was that there and we didn't know it? But we couldn't see anything. We had our spotlights going and we
Yeah,
still couldn't see anything, but it's clear as day.
yeah,
Sounded like something tromping through the woods. So,
yeah. He did. He ran through that woods just like he was a bulldozer. But yeah, we've hit some good places here last few times we went, but we still ain't never got the gizmo go off in the woods yet. I've had to go off at the bridge like 3 times already. Uh, Even at Daniel Boone's parents' grave, we had to go off up there twice. Oh, and the Quaker Cemetery, we had to go off in there twice.
oh, yeah, it's neat. Gizmo's not something that's easy to go off either. You have to actually make it go off. So,
Yeah,
man, that's I've never seen anything like it, but I sure do like it when it goes off.
you can't find him now nowhere.
I know. I'm glad that we bought ours when we did.
We got ours, and I hope nothing tears it up or falls off anymore. Cause do we'll never find another one.
Well, if it don't dance, as long as it sings, that's all we need to know.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Huh.
I wish they would change my hours at work back, because having to get up at 2:30 in the morning to go to work, it really interferes with getting to watch a lot of people's channel. That's
Oh,
one reason why I don't get to come around is my hours at work's changed, and
yeah.
it's really annoying. I'm
Yeah.
just lucky it's a Tuesday and I'm off of work the next 2 days. And I was just flipping through and I was like, hey, look who it is.
Yeah. I
So
appreciate you coming on and hanging out with me for a bit. But yeah, we're trying to get down to your way, and me, my wife, and my cousin, and probably my dad,
mhm.
maybe
There's
my.
some neat stuff, neat stuff. And recently discovered, my family cemetery that has 4 generations. That one's one I like to do at night, but we've never done it at night because it is on private property. But we have permission to be there, though.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I'm
um,
gonna try to get down to where we go to church at sometime and do one down there because I did find out there's a Myers buried in there, and I kind of doubt it's kin to me or not, but that'd be kind of unique to see though.
yeah, yeah.
Thank you, Mama. So I know you hate that new schedule.
She knows what I'm talking about too. She already knows, and she's already dealing with the same chaos I'm dealing with. I'm just fortunate to be off the next 2 days.
Yeah, yeah.
But Walmart is another creature around Thanksgiving and Christmas. My goodness.
Yeah, yeah. I seen online the other day something about there's a Walmart that's is haunted or something other. I can't remember
It
where I.
wouldn't surprise me. Things happen at stores like that, and people don't really realize it.
Yeah,
The place I work at's been open since like 2003, and I know of 5 deaths that's happened on property. Some one or two in the store, and then some uh, down, around the property because we kind of there's like a. What's interesting is the one that I work at has a river surrounding it,
all right.
so there might be some stuff, especially with that river there. But
Yeah,
um, I've heard rumors that it might have been put on uh, like an Indian burial ground at one time, but I don't know that that's true.
yeah. Angie said she is retired.
What?
Don't
Well,
have.
congratulations for her, but I still like 40 years, so
she
I'm
said
glad you got to do that, but Lord have mercy.
she said she ain't got a fool with that no more.
My goodness.
I got 20 more years before I can retire.
So I think my ex estimated time to retire was like 2065 or something.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Oh, Lord.
I could imagine live that long. Oh, I'm gonna tell you this trip, man. This is gonna be the coolest thing I've seen that I've had happen in my life. I never met anybody that was 100 years old, 101 years old actually. In my whole entire life, I went took my dad up here to the college to the Veterans Day meal that they was giving to all the veterans,
Hmm.
and there was a guy in there from World War II, and he
Wow.
turned 101.
Wow, yeah.
And I don't know. It was something different, and
I thought your dad was 150 years old.
he's 175, but he don't he don't like me tell people his real age.
Oh, me.
But this guy now, I'm telling you what, he looked good for being 101 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my dad. I had my dad take a picture with him.
Wow. He does. He looks like 80-ish.
Yeah, he don't even look nowhere near to be that old. And
Wow.
everybody stopped getting their picture taken with him. Everybody. And he was laughing it up too, boy. He was happy as a lark.
Mm-hmm.
Go White. I will keep you in my prayers.
But man, it's crazy.
Yeah, it
That is,
has happened at our store when I worked at as well. Oh wow.
uh, I tell you something that I got to give my daughter. Uh, let's see. I guess it's fourth or fifth grade. Uh, she she was like 95, and she lived in an assisted living, and sometimes she'd forget things, and
Yeah.
she wrote my mother a letter. She always wrote her letters once a year or so. And she wrote my mother a letter, even though my mom had been gone 7 years.
Yeah.
So I took that letter and I gave it to my daughter. I said, "This is a letter from your living fourth great grandmother." That's unheard of. There's so many people that's never even got to meet a great, but she a fourth great that
Yeah.
was still alive.
Good night.
Yep. Sure enough, and she got to put that letter up, and she's got it in her little jewelry box. So,
Yeah. He said he's bet a lot of things are buried on grave sites. You're probably right.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
I know where my cousin lives at. They said they put a road right in the middle of a cemetery out there where they live at.
I actually have a. We've been investigating it one, and I wrote a story as well. They split a husband and wife apart and put the husband on one side and the wife on the other.
Oh snap.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine though living on a place that you know that they had dug up bodies in a cemetery? Can you imagine living on a place like that?
Not purposely. Not on purpose. That's for sure.
I know
But
there's this one house over here next where we live at, over in Ararat, North Carolina. Uh, they said that house was buried on a cemetery. And when they dug the basement, they had tombstones and caskets and stuff piled up out there in the pile. And they said when the painters was in there painting the walls, they said they'll paint it like white, like bleach white. Said when they walk out and stay gone like 5 minutes, come back, and they said they could see red tint on the
red
wall.
streaks. Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. I don't know why anybody would build. Like the moment you see a body, it's time to go.
Yeah. Go tell somebody. Let somebody know something, though.
Uh, that's the story about Octagon Hall. They were doing renovations there, and literally underneath every window, they were doing some landscaping. They dug a foot and they found feet, legs, arms, just
Yeah.
bones. But they had chunked them out the window, cut them off, threw them out the window, and buried them. So
Uh,
they finally was just like, we can't be digging around here because ain't no telling what we're going to find.
yeah.
So,
That's like the old North State Winery up here in town of Mountain Airy. Well, Mayberry, what a lot of people knows as. Uh, the old North State Winery, they was digging a new foundation to put a add on to their winery, and they actually dug up a human arm. So now on
oh,
one of their bottles, they named a wine after it. I don't know what the name of the wine is, but it has a picture of an arm on the
huh,
bottle.
that's strange.
Uh, you never know, and that's up in the middle of town, up there on Main Street. So
A lot of people don't realize, you can, I think, find a grave. You can actually look at locations of any cemetery, like any of them that's ever on a map is going to be on there.
yeah,
And I've been to cemeteries and it's in the center of somebody's house, or there's a goat pen and it's supposed to be right in the middle of that goat pen, but there's nothing there. I found stuff like that so often, it's crazy.
yeah.
So, or people that's owned a piece of land for 50 years, and you're like, can I visit the cemetery? And you're like, there ain't no cemetery. And then you carry them out on the far corner, and there is a cemetery. And they're like, we lived here 50 years and never seen that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I've had it happen. My dad as a boy, he would hike down the mountain. They lived on the brow of a mountain. He would hike down to the bottom, fish at the river, and then at the end of the day, hike back up. He said, I've done that for 35 years. And he said, there's no cemetery here. I took him right to one. I said, here you go. And he's like, I walked right past this and never seen it. And I was like, well, it's here.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. You never know. You never know till you just get out and start gallivanting around.
yeah, sure enough.
But yeah, I mean, this is like some like that place down there. My mother-in-law and father-in-law they live on. Uh, I still think that there's something buried right there on the edge of that hill because there's two rocks sticking up, and it looks about like what they would mark a grave with back in older days.
Well, they could have been, could have been an old farm place and somebody died and they buried them there. I mean, it
Mm.
could be anything like that. So,
So I don't know if it's just maybe a pet cemetery or whatever, but I'm gonna go check it out to make sure and see what it
yeah,
is.
we've actually I found a location on the map and went to it, and you could see where an old cabin had fell in where it had burnt, and then just at the feet of it's two headstones,
Yeah.
and that was on Finder Graph. I said, man, that's neat. So, and then of course we've been to places where it says there's one and there's not.
Yeah.
So it's hit or miss, but you
It
just
could
be
be
surprised.
it could be one too that somebody just took up all the stones so they can
Yeah,
get to the field and
that's happened here multiple times. They the cemetery was bigger, but they decided that they wanted to, you know, farm part of it, and they dug up those stones and threw them out in the other part of the cemetery and farmed it. That's definitely happened here. So
yeah. I mean, you would think though that people would have a little bit more uh interesting, not tear up something like that. But some people just don't care as long as they can get that extra inch. That's all they want.
there's so many people that they just don't care anymore, and that it is a shame.
Yeah.
Down the road from my house is a church that was founded in 1882, and the guy who takes care of the cemetery said, I think I'm just going to tear that old church down. And I'm like, why would you do that ever? And he's like, well, nobody goes to it. And I'm like, that's not the point. It's a historical place. Why would you ever tear it down?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
It's just like that African American cemetery down here that we went to at time. There's this guy that we stopped at his house and talked to him outside. And he was a white guy, and he said, "Yeah, he thought the world of that man and woman that was up there, and they was black." And he said he always thought that they was his parents, so he hung out with them all the time when he was growing up and all stuff. He said when they passed away, he took care of the cemetery up there where they're at. And he told us the man and woman's name and everything. And he told us a little bit about the church across the road. Well, me and my cousin, we went up there that night, and over the spirit box. She had that Phasma box going, and I had my regular spirit box going with a speaker. And across the Phasma box, it come out that man and woman's name was on that headstone. We stand right in front of that headstone, and
oh,
that's
wow.
where he was telling us about. Then he told us that at the church there's still an old piano in the church. Me and my cousin, I wouldn't know about it. My dad didn't, my aunt, my other little cousin didn't know anything about it. We got up there and started investigating up there at the church, and number daggone piano didn't come across the Phasma box.
Wow. Wouldn't you be surprised if you heard one play?
Oh, it did play. It came
Wow.
started playing over on the Phasma box.
Oh, wow.
Me and my cousin, we just looked at each other like, somebody just walked right past us. I mean, that was really wild.
Yeah. And that's something that I really like about investigating is like what y'all did. Y'all two knew about it and you kept it quiet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If going into a place like that blind and getting them answers and them people not knowing about it, how can you dispute that at
Yeah.
all?
There's no way you can.
Hmm.
And it actually came over that woman's name and that man's name that guy was telling us about that he was had dealings with. He thought that was their parents and everything. He said he was invited to the funeral. I think he was one of the pallbearers at a funeral or something other. And he said that he told us the man, that woman's name, and me and my cousin went and found that thing. And it actually said their name out over on the phasma box. And we asked him about did they liked how he was how he was taking care of the cemetery and stuff. They told us they came across and said a little something there that they didn't really like it because he didn't weed eat. There's grass higher than a tombstone, but he just went and mowed it, but not weed eat. He said, "Well, it didn't tell me to weed eat." Well, it's common sense to if you mow, weed eat.
Yeah.
That's like right there on the tip in your brain.
Some of them ain't got a brain, so
I mean, what I mean. If you mow, you're going to weed it and make it look pretty. You know,
yeah.
I would. I do.
Mm.
Yeah, it was crazy. That I like that place. That I was in the truck. My cousin was standing outside of the truck talking. She said she's gonna stand outside for a minute, stretch her legs. It wasn't long she was getting in that truck. She said, I heard a horse behind me. You can hear
Oh
like a
wow.
trotting on the highway right behind her. And she about went through that truck without opening the door. I mean, she was getting in that truck.
Wow. Have you gotten any new equipment or anything, or you just got the same old same?
uh I do have a I still got about the same equipment, but I built me a REM pod. Of course, the Gizmo.
Oh yeah.
But I do got this. This is my new speaker now, so
Oh wow.
I use that with my Spirit Box since the speaker on it ain't hitting on a whole lot. This is my REM pod I made. I
Hmm.
built that, and that's really loud. It's got a 2 foot, well, a little over a foot and a half on the antenna, and it reaches out a little bit further around. And I got well, I got this is my newest one that I've got. This Spirit Box is Salmon Kobe. It's I'm not too fond of it.
Oh yeah. What's wrong with it?
It don't it has like a little more extra speed on the frequencies that where you can make it real slow. But if it makes it too slow, it'll stop on radio station and start playing music all night long.
Oh yeah. Well then
But,
that defeats the purpose of it. So
but if you cut it on too loud, I mean high speed, very high, you can't catch nothing. All cause keep going like this right here, and you can't hear nothing. You can't make out anything.
that's why I like just a regular OSB7 with a set it at like 200 or 150, and it's perfect.
I like 150 is the best rhythm, but this 150 and the SB is not the same 150.
Oh yeah.
This is even more slower. Just about like he's getting ready to cut. You'd be listening to a radio station, listening to music all night long.
Huh.
But I got that new box in there for my phone to get signal when I don't have signal. That Wi-Fi box.
Oh okay.
That's the only new thing I got, but I got it through the library. I don't have it right now. I'm still doing some checking on it.
I don't really know that we want anything else. I mean, we've got so much.
Really.
Just, I honestly like just getting out of the car and using the phone and pulling up. Uh, I've actually downloaded a new one, Necrometer. Have you ever tried that one?
No, I hadn't tried that one.
Uh, Usually, Spirit Talker is always going to be my go-to,
Yeah.
and then Necrophonic. But typically, the way we do it is Autumn's running one app and I'm running the other. And
Yeah.
I'll be dog if they don't either get the same thing or like they're answering each other. It's the craziest thing.
Yeah.
So that's just what I like to do. I just get out, start filming, pull up my app, go for it, and
Yeah.
you'd be surprised at what happens.
Yeah.
And of course, to me, they're not as good as setting out the cat toys and Gizmo and the
Yeah.
REM pod, and sometimes you do all that and you get absolutely nothing, and then other times, each cemetery's different.
Yeah.
You may go to this cemetery and the only thing they'll use is uh, the one that you click and it has the green flashing lights across the top.
Yeah.
They'll use that and nothing else, or you'll go to one and they'll use the cat toys and nothing else, or you'll go to one and all they'll use is the apps, or you'll go to another one and they just. And then of course it could be like the live stream where they're using everything and throwing it at you and smacking the tree with a stick and all kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
crazy.
All right. I guess I want to. We've been on here now for an hour and 2 minutes.
Hour and 2 minutes, sure enough.
So I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. I'm kind of glad you got on and hang out with me for a bit.
I was trying to figure it out because normally I've got the laptop, but my kid's in there doing schoolwork. So I'm like, how's this going to work? But we got it figured out.
Oh yeah. Now getting on Restream is a whole lot easier to me than getting on StreamYard. When somebody invites you, all you gotta do is hit one button and you got it. When I was with StreamYard, there's several people that didn't know how to get there, and then when it and when you tried to get it on there and they come up on there, I always had to tell them how to do this, how to do that, and they said it ain't like what you said. So
Yeah. You have to tell them to silence your phone so you don't get all that reverb and yeah. But we've been doing this for how long now? Long time.
Yeah. So, man, I do appreciate each and every one of you. Hey, Jen, thank you so much for coming in. We're getting ready to get off of here. I'm getting ready to go run a fire call.
All righty. Well, hey, I appreciate you letting me getting on here, and it's good to see everybody and meeting all new folks. Everybody I didn't get to say hello to. Good to see you.
I appreciate you coming on too, man. It's always good to have you on, especially when family comes on and it's so cool.
Oh yeah. Yeah, sure enough.
But thank y'all so much for being here, and I do appreciate each and every one of you. And if y'all can, please go over and follow Myers Paranormal for me, please, and do all the YouTube love stuff. And so thank you so much. Appreciate each and every one of you. Y'all have a wonderful, blessed day. And Stephen, if you want to stay on for 1 second till we get back. And